All right, so welcome everyone. I'm here at Barbell Republic in Las Vegas. My name is Artemis Scantilides. I'm the owner of the Women's Strength Workshop, I'm Not Afraid to Lift, Iron Body by Artemis, and Iron Body Training Systems. Today, I'm going to give you 3 pull-up tips to help you to get started with your pull-up, and then 1 bonus exercise that maybe you haven't seen before. So at my workshop, I'm Not Afraid to Lift, I teach a strict dead hang pull-up. I don't teach kipping pull-ups. I teach pull-ups also from a hollow position. So there are different variations of how to do pull-ups. There are kipping pull-ups. There are bodybuilder pull-ups where you put your legs behind your body. I teach from a hollow position. So I'm going to cover the hollow position today. The pull-up requires upper body strength as well as core strength. And it also, for a strong pull-up, you need to learn how to master the technique in order to get your upper body and your core to work synergistically so that you can have a strong pull-up. So the first thing we're going to start with today is the hollow position. So if you're new to the pull-up and you don't know where to start, this is the perfect place to start. So you want to start with floor hollows, and hopefully you can see. I'm just going to angle the camera a little bit so you can see me on the floor. So with the floor hollow, what you want to do is lay on your back here. Start with your legs up. Just lower your legs down right before your low back comes off the floor. You want to make sure you're pressing your low back into the ground. So that distance is going to be different for everyone. Some people are going to be here. Some people are going to be a little bit lower. Then from here, you're going to take your arms and bring them above your head. Now you can use a dowel or a PVC pipe if you have it available to simulate a pull-up bar, or you don't need anything at all. So you're here, lower your legs, you'll feel your abdominals engage immediately. Bring your arms above your head, and then you're just gonna lift your shoulder blades off the floor. So you're gonna have this hollow position, you're gonna feel this tension, you may start to feel your body start to shake a little bit, holding this isometric hold here. Now from here, I want you to tuck your chin, and then I want you to simulate pulling a pull-up bar down. And again, you can use a dowel or a PVC pipe. So this is your hollow position. This is practicing that hollow tension, getting your core to engage. Now, if it's too much for you to have both legs off the ground, you can place one foot into a single leg floor hollow. And you can just pull from here. When you do this, I recommend doing it either for time, 15 to 30 seconds, build up to that 30 seconds, or you can do it for reps. If you have 2 legs off the floor, you can do sets of 5, build up to sets of 10. If you have 1 leg off the floor, do 5 on each side, 5 with each leg. So once you get practice with the floor hollow, sometimes known as a floor pull-up, you can start to take that to the bar, the hollow position to the bar. I'm just going to move this here. So practicing that hollow position from the bar is what I'm going to do here, and getting comfortable with hanging from the bar. A lot of times a battle for people is just being comfortable hanging from that bar and knowing that they can support themselves from the bar hanging and not plummet down to the ground, right? All right, I'm just going to grab a box. Might need something taller, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. All right. As I go into this hang, it's important to talk about grip. So there are 3 different types of grips. Well, there's more than 3, but the 3 basic types of grips for pull-ups are your overhand grip, your prone grip, and you can do that thumbless, which is a tactical grip, or you can do it thumbs under. There's a neutral grip, which is often you'll see with rings is a neutral grip, and then there's your chin-up grip, which is an underhand or supine grip. When you're starting out training pull-ups, the easier grips are the supine grip and the neutral grip. So you want to build your strength in those neutral and supine or underhand chin-up grip positions before you switch over to the prone grip. But I'm going to demonstrate a lot of things today in the prone grip. So again, if you're starting out your pull-up, build that upper body strength with the underhand and neutral grip first, and then once you get your first unassisted pull-up with the underhand or the neutral grip, then you can start to work on that prone grip because you already have that upper body strength in those other grips. Okay, so we're working on taking the floor hollow to the bar for a straight arm hollow hang. So if this is your first time hanging from the bar and you're just starting out with your pull-up, I recommend using an underhand or supine grip, also known as a chin-up grip. So what you'll do, I'm gonna have to jump up. What you'll do is you'll grab hold of that bar from here. Now getting into that hollow position, you'll see how I have like a nice relaxed hang here. I'm just hanging out. My shoulders are out of their sockets, right? So I'm gonna pull my shoulders into their sockets. I'm gonna get a little bit more engaged, a little bit more active with my hang, getting my lats to work a little bit. And then from here, I'm gonna tuck my hips under, simulating the position that I was in that floor hollow. And then I'm just gonna hang for time. And I'm gonna hold this position. Maybe you start with like 10 seconds and you build your way up in 5-second increments. And I'm gonna jump down. And then you build yourself up in 5-second increments up to, say, 30 seconds. So that you'll find that hanging, it's going to build upper body strength. It's also going to help you to learn how to hold that core tension in that hollow position, and that will translate to your pull-up. So that's the core component, the hollow position of the pull-up. Now, number 2 would be to start to work on some upper body strength. So a great way to build upper body strength, real simple, suspension trainer rows, TRX rows, or ring rows. So moving over here to the rings. Everyone can see me okay. I'll go this way. Just setting yourself up at an angle and you want to position your body like a surfboard, plank position, and just working on building that upper body strength. Now, if that 45-degree angle starts to get easy, a way to progress it, just walk it forward and change your body angle so you're pulling more of your body weight. So you're building this upper body strength through these suspension trainer ring rows. So that's number 1. Number 2, building your upper body strength and trunk stability through a pushing motion. So starting with hand walkouts. Real simple, just hand walkouts. I'm gonna go here. Right? Hand walkouts here, hip hinge, walk it out, and then just hit that straight arm plank position for a second, soften your knees, walk it back. Now, those are really simple. A way to progress it is to do a level change. I'm just gonna move this so you can see me do the level change. So walking it out to a forearm plank, right here, and then level change up. And you'll find if you do like a set of 10 of these, or if you're doing this for 30 seconds, it's very taxing on the shoulders. So it's helping you to build that upper body strength. And it's also helping you to build trunk stability, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to be wiggling your hips a lot, right? Up, as you're coming up, right? You want to try and keep those hips as steady as possible and squeeze your butt. See how I'm moving like a surfboard? But from my shoulders to my hips are staying together as one unit. And that's because I have this solid tension and I have strong trunk stability here. So that's what you're working towards with those level change. So those are my three tips to how to get started with your pull-up, working through the hollow position, progressing it to a hang, working on the upper body pulling strength with the rows, and then the upper body pushing strength with the walkouts or the level change. Now the bonus exercise I'm going to talk about is called a hanging leg raise. So the hanging leg raise, you use that hollow hang, and then you turn it into a dynamic pull without doing a pull-up. You turn it into a dynamic pull without doing a pull-up by learning how to push down on the bar and get your lats to help you to pull your legs up towards the bar. Now your feet do not have to touch the bar. You can just come to 90 degrees, like an L-sit, or even 45 degrees, and you're still gonna benefit from it because you're learning how to do this, how to get your upper body and your core to work synergistically and to get your upper body to work in a pulling motion to bring your legs to the bar. So I'll demonstrate it on the bar, and then I'll also show you, if you're not quite ready to do it from the bar yet, but you can actually do this on the floor as well. It's called a floor leg raise. So I want to make sure you can see off the bar. Okay, great. Oh, I'm gonna jump up again. Good dad. Okay, so before I was talking about grips, starting out with that straight arm hollow hang with an underhand grip. Well, for the hanging leg raise, you want to use an overhand, a prone grip. I like to use a distance similar to where my kettlebell military press is. So my wrists line up with my shoulders. I like to be a little bit, it's not wide, but it's wider. It's a wider grip. If you find that that's very taxing on your shoulders, you can use a more narrow grip. A more narrow grip would be put your thumbs together, put your fingers on the bar, and then put your thumbs on top. So this hanging leg raise is a prone grip, thumbs on top. It's a tactical grip. So you can be wide like me, about a kettlebell military press, or thumbs together, a little bit more narrow. So you have to choose what works for you. And the reason why I like to have people practice this with a tactical grip with thumbs on top is so that they can really push down with their fingertips, and they're going to feel, when they don't have their thumb underneath the bar, they're going to feel their lats fire up a lot more. It does make it a little bit harder, but they are going to feel their lats fire up a lot more. All right, here we go. I got to jump up now. All right, so my thumbs are on top. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start out like I did with my straight arm hollow hang, right? I'm going to tuck my hips under. I'm going to get into that hollow position. Now, my goal is to get my toes to the bar. They don't have to. They will, but they don't have to get there if you're not quite there yet. So in order to do that, I'm going to push down on the bar, and then my lats are going to actively help me to pull my toes to the bar. So I push down on the bar, get my upper body to help me pull, and then my core takes over and helps me as well. Now, if you're not quite there yet, you can just come here, right? About 45 degrees, that's fine, or even 90. Whatever range of motion you have right now, that will help you to benefit from the hanging leg raise. Now, if you're not quite ready to take it to the bar, you can do a floor leg raise. So you can either, if you have a training partner, your training partner can hold a dowel, and you can set yourself up the way I'm about to demonstrate, and you can do it that way. Or if you have a rig set up like this, then you can set the J-cups up with a barbell. Ideally, you want to have the J-cups, ideally I want to have these J-cups on the other side of the rig than they are right now, but just for demonstration purposes, so that you can see the movement, I have them set up this way. So, and the reason why I want to have the J-cups on the other side is because I don't want the bar sliding all around, but I'll be able to manage it. All right, so I have my bar set up here. Just want to angle this a little bit better. All right. Okay, so just like I was hanging from the bar, now I'm going to take that to the floor. So I'm going to lay underneath the bar. See how I'm in front of the bar a little bit so I can get my arms extended, okay? My thumbs are on top. Now from here, I'm going to start from my hollow position here. I'm going to actively pull down on that bar and then pull my toes to the bar and then roll back to my hollow position and pull down on that bar, toes to the bar each time. As I work through this, I feel my lats and my core working together to bring my legs to the bar. It's a very effective movement, and I have a quick story that I'm going to tell before I wrap this up. I had a client who came to train with me after she had her second child, and I had her working through a 4-point bird dog, which is where you just have your hands and your knees on the ground, and you're going through this, right? So she was already ready to progress from the 6-point with her toes down and bring her toes up. She was having a little bit of trouble. She was a little bit wobbly, but she was ready to progress and start to work towards it. Well, in one of those same sessions, I had her start to work on hanging leg raises. She was from Turkey. She used to be a swimmer in Turkey, a competitive swimmer, and so she had done some pull-ups in the past, but after she had her second child, she hadn't been back to her normal training, and she hadn't done pull-ups in a very long time. So one of her goals was to work towards a pull-up. So in one of those same sessions, I had her start to work on hanging leg raises. Well, she practiced them, and she could only get to about 90 degrees. She couldn't get her toes to the bar, but it was fine.
So she left my training session that day. She came back the following week. It was a week later. She had a pull-up bar at home. And I had her go through her movement prep and her warm-up. And she went through her 4-point bird dogs. And she went from being kind of wobbly to, in that session when she came back, she was just like nailing a boom, boom, boom. And I said to her, I said, what happened? What is different in a week? All of a sudden, you're just nailing the 4-point bird dog. And she said, oh, I went home and I started to practice the hanging leg raises over and over again. And they got my upper abs. All of a sudden, I started to feel my upper abs fire in the bird dog position. So it turned, the hanging leg raise helped her to turn on an element of her core. And it was phenomenal. So it looks so simple, but it is challenging and it's very effective. And that turning on those upper abs, eventually they helped her to get her pull-up back. And it will help you to get your first pull-up if that's something that you're working on. And if you already have your pull-up, it's going to help you to make your pull-ups stronger. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. I will repost this on YouTube. And if you have questions, please, you can post them in the comments and I will answer them. And if you are in Las Vegas or you would like to take a trip to Las Vegas, I will be teaching my Women's Strength Workshop, I'm Not Afraid to Lift, here at Barbell Republic on March 11th. The early bird ends on February 25th, so get in on it. It's going to be an amazing day of lifting and learning and just bonding with lots of strong women. So I hope to see you there, and I'll see you back on Facebook Live very, very soon. Thanks for joining me.